G'day folks, this is Sim and welcome back to TerraFirmaCraft done from down under. Well, we've got some more chores to do today, little bits and pieces, but I want to start off down at the farm because it is spring at the moment and I have just got the crops in. And I was talking before about how I normally like to keep track of what I'm doing. It's my clay quarry, by the way. I've got to do a little bit more work on this pathway, but there's an enormous amount of clay in there for me to dig out. So the crops are in. The ground was fallow enough that there was a pretty even amount of nutrients for all of them. Oh, I've missed something there too, haven't I? That's terrible. So what we've got is we've got this plot here, which is currently type A, this plot here, which is currently type B, and this plot over here, which is currently type C. And once they have gone through a full growth cycle, we'll be able to rotate them around and move the signs so that we know what's what. Now, when it comes to the crops, this is how I like to lay things out. Alright, we have our crop board up here and we've got the different crop types, type A, type B and type C, so I can see at a glance which crops are which, and that also happens to line up with the chests here, so that makes life a little bit easier. Now, what's important is to know some of the special things about the crops. Certain crops have a higher output than others. Some crops grow very quickly and some crops are hardy, which means that they can resist snow, which is particularly handy. It's also worth remembering that jute can die if the temperature drops too low, so we don't want to let the jute go for too long, or we could find ourselves losing all of it. So what I've now done is I've broken up the crops. The type A crops, which are mostly the grains, and the tomatoes, you can see straight away that the maize is a standout. Now, the thing about the maize is that you can't convert it into grain, but you can still use it directly without having to convert it into grain. So if you've got barley, oats, rye or wheat, then you've got what you need to feed cows or pigs or sheep anyway, and the maize is a good way of carrying it around. But of course, as soon as you get the opportunity, you're going to make yourself some bread anyway, because bread's even better. When it comes to the type B crops, you've got the onions and the rutabagas right at the top of the list, and they are both absolutely brilliant crops. Obviously I'm going to choose onions every time because onions kick rutabaga ass, and there is absolutely no doubting that. If you've heard either etho or pack rat going on, they're just damn fools. Onions forever. Cabbages are also pretty good. They've got a high output and they're hardy. Green beans are fairly average. Rice. Now, soybeans are important because soybeans are a source of protein other than cows. The problem is that I don't actually have any soybeans, which kind of sucks. At least I don't think I've got any. I'm going to have a look. And of course, the other type B crop is the jute, which gives us the fibres that we used to make the rope last time. And then finally, we've got our type C crops. Now, potatoes, which I don't have at the moment, have a massive output. Most of these other crops put between 30 to 36 ounces for their high output crops. Potatoes you get 55 ounces out of. Peppers are also quite good. You can harvest them generally more than once in a season and they grow quite fast. Obviously that's how you can harvest them more than once, but they're nothing really special. Carrots and garlic aren't too bad at all. They're both hardy and the carrots grow quickly, and carrots actually have a fairly good output as well, just not quite as high as some of the others. And then last on the list we have squash, which it's okay. So now I can see at a glance exactly what's what. I know which crops are the most important. and when I harvest I just have to move my signs around so that I don't worry too much about mixing them up. But as it stands at the moment, it's not that big a deal anyway, because if you've got the hoe, you can quite easily have a look and see what the state of the ground is. And you can see our type C crops are already hooking into the type Cs. And then when we move to the type Bs, again we can see the results. And I did make the mistake of putting some garlic down here, which I'm not going to bother tearing up now. The garlic is a type C crop, and yeah, and I put it down in the Bs. So sue me. And of course, last but not least, we've got the A's. And as you can see, I've also extended the farm out a little bit here to get maximum value out of the water, because we can go 4 in this direction. So I've got the maximum size I can get out of this field, and it should be more than enough to keep me fed, particularly when we add protein into the mix. Now, something else that I have added and I need to finish off now is I want sugarcane. And the reason that I want the sugarcane is because I want to be able to make alcohol, and more importantly, I want the alcohol to be able to go off to make vinegar, because vinegar is very important. I mentioned previously that I don't actually have any access to dairy, and the best way to get dairy is to make cheese, because cheese is not only very long lasting, you also get quite a good output from it. But to make cheese we need vinegar, to make vinegar we need alcohol, and to make alcohol at the moment we need sugar. So I've gathered up the sugar that I already had, and I've also started to throw some fresh sugar cane down here, and it's growing along nicely. But we do have 2 stacks of sugar to play with at the moment. So let's head back home while we've still got a decent amount of light left in the day, and we will get to the process of making alcohol. Now, some of these things are going to change. I recently sat down and watched my way through the recording sessions from Twitch that Packrat did of his testing of the 7.9 release of TerraFirmaCraft, and there's some really good stuff coming. It's really impressive, some of the things that they're doing with this mod. But one of the changes has been to barrels and the way they work. There's a lot more detail involved in quite a few things, and we'll get to those when the time comes. But for now, what we have here is we have 4 barrels full of water. These ones I'm going to have to refill because they're the ones that I use for the fiber. But what I don't know is, I know that sugar makes rum, but I don't know how much sugar makes rum. So what we're going to do is we're going to try here, and we're going to put a full stack of sugar in there, and we're going to seal it. And then here we're going to put half a stack of sugar in there, and we're going to see if we can seal that. And then we're going to put half a stack again into that one there and seal it. And then finally we're going to put 1 sugar only into this one and seal it. Now we have to leave that, and I'll come back once it's done. I'm not sure what we can do. I don't think I can actually look at it at the moment until it's ready. As you can see, I can't actually interact with it in any way at the moment. Same with that one and that one or that one, so we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. And What we're going to do next is come back in the morning, and I am going to head down to the farm. I need to grab some wheat, which I will do overnight, and we're going to go and breed up a few more animals, and more importantly we're going to gather together ourselves some hides, which means that we're going to lose a few of our friends, but we're also going to see whether we can get some milk from some of the cows, assuming that they're still down there and nothing horrible has happened. No, I can see a couple of them over there. So I'll be back in the morning and we will continue on from there. Okay, so we're going to play with some barrels a little bit more. We've got our alcohol hopefully fermenting away in these ones, and I've taken the other 4 barrels and I've gone and filled them up with water. And what we're going to do is we're going to make preparations for making leather, and we're going to run out of time very quickly. So for leather we need to make tannin, and to make tannin we put a log into a barrel and we seal it up and we leave it, and we're going to put logs into 2 barrels. Now this is going to change. It's going to be specific types of logs in the next version from what I've heard, but for now it doesn't matter what log you put in there, you just have to pop it in. The other thing that we need to do is we need to get some flux, because we're going to have to put flux into, got any in here? Nope, probably going to be down by the forge. We need to put flux into these other barrels so that we can make something called lime water, and it's not in there. I know I've got some flux here somewhere. Where did I put my flux? Where the flux is my flux? I don't know. It's the hunt for the missing flux. Alright, well, there's more than one way to get flux, and any way to get flux is probably a good thing. Let's just check in here first. Nope. And that's saltpeter. Okay, that's not going to help us. Alright, so let's head downstairs. And I know there shouldn't be any in any of these. In here, though, we should have some marble, and we've got dolomite. Don't have a lot of dolomite, but that should be enough. There are certain types of rock, chalk and dolomite being a couple of them, that can be used to make flux. You just have to crush it with a hammer. I think I've got a hammer out here. Yep. So if I've got this right, that plus that gives us flux. And we're going to put the flux into the barrel, and we're going to seal that up. Now that's interesting. How much flux am I supposed to put into a barrel? Oh, that's not how it works. Okay, this is going to be painful. Alright, to make flux, we need to take... Am I going to need... I am going to need 8 buckets to do this. Alright, there's probably going to be a way around this. What we need to do is we need to set that out. We need to fill up these buckets. Out, and fill up the buckets. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to toss it in here, because I've got space in these ones. So we'll flick that back to in, and we will do that and that and that. And I'm going to have to do this again. Sorry about this. Oi. Oh, I'm about to die. Once again, nobody told me to eat. Better mix it up. let's get back to this one. And let's do it all again. No, that one. There. What we need to do is actually do it this way. Give me that back. Cheeky. Yeah. Alright. Out. And one plus one of those makes a lime water. So let's do this. And again, I probably should have put them down there because that's where they need to be. Now, I have heard that shift clicking stuff into barrels can be dodgy at times, so we're going to do it this way, and we're going to go one of those, and alright, so that gives us 3. Let's grab some more. Oh, no, I just keep doing that. And one more time. Flux. No, go into the crafting grid, you horrible thing. Alright, throw that on the ground because that's where it belongs. Okay, I don't know why you couldn't just put 8 flux into a barrel, but hey, it is what it is. And we'll shove this in here. Alright, so now we have a full barrel of lime water, but we are going to have to kill some animals to get the hides that we need to process. And at the moment we have 2 small hides and 2 large hides. So we're probably going to have to kill a few, unfortunately. And the biggest concern I've got with that is actually the fact that I'm going to have all of this excess meat, which I'm not really actually going to be able to use, and that's a bit of a bummer. Okay, that one is empty. We're going to have to refill that barrel. And out. And let's top this one back up, and we'll try... Stop it! We'll try throwing 8 flux in here. I don't think it's going to work, but we'll give it a shot anyway. 8 buckets of water plus 8 flux should give us a barrel of lime water. Kinda makes sense, don't you think? Anyway, it doesn't. So look, we may as well leave the last barrel. Something else will probably pop up, but there's not likely to be any real advantage in doing anything else. Let's have a quick look and see whether or not I have any potion bottles. Doesn't look like it. Do I have any glass? I don't think so. That should do the trick. Looks like one of the things I'm going to have to do is go and gather up some sand. In the meantime, let's throw that in there. Oh, that's right. One at a time. Throw some logs in here. Now, I saw this the other day. I want to see whether it actually works. Can I toss them on there? No. Why not? Seems like I should be able to. If I put one of those in there, can I then toss them on one at a time? Yep. That worked. Okay. Maybe it's only one at a time, or maybe there has to be one in there in the first place. Let's get this lit. And hopefully this will get hot enough. I think the sequoia logs will do the trick, but I'm not absolutely sure, so we're about to find out. Very hot, hot. This could take a little while. I'm pretty sure I'm going to need 3. Faint red, red. How hot does it have to get? Yeah, it does appear that the Sequoia doesn't get particularly hot from the looks of things. And we still haven't made a bellows, but that's what we're going to be playing with things like leather for. So let's hope that this does the trick and it doesn't run out before it's too late. How much sun have we got left? Plenty. Good, because we're going to have to go and visit the cows shortly. Almost ready. Dark red and glass. And one more, and we may as well leave that because it's going to be done by the time we finish anyway. So let's go visit the cows, and while we're at it, we've had a bit of time pass, so let's check our barrels, shall we? This is where we discover that we only really need one sugar to make a barrel of rum. Why am I not surprised? That one, oh, okay, it didn't use up the extra sugar. Okay, that's cool. I do appreciate that. Which means that these will have 31 and 63. So, well, we can make a lot of rum if we want to. But what we're going to do now is head down and visit the cows. We probably should... we probably should make up one more bucket while we think about it, assuming that I've got enough cows. Oh, we've already got one. Fantastic. I'm not sure whether I've got enough cows down here, because unlike Minecraft, you cannot just constantly milk cows over and over again. Can I make that jump? Yep. And it only hurt a little bit. Let's drink up before we slow down. So we are looking for a cow, not a bull. What have we got over here? Think you're a cow? Yep. So if we try again... Why are you looking at me? Seriously, dude? Do you have a problem? Yep, see, it didn't work. That one there, I'm pretty sure is... Okay, that's probably not a cow. Do we really want to try and... No. No, we don't want to do that. That would be a bad idea. But we can milk this one. And we should hopefully be able to milk this little one. Yes, no, or are you too young? Turn around so I can... Come on! Cheeky. No? What about you? No? Are we seriously only going to get 2 cows? I think I need to do some more breeding if that's the case. I was sure I had more than that. Wonder if any of them have managed to slide through the fence. I'm pretty sure the other day when I was cutting down the willow trees, I saw at least one ram which had managed to get onto the other side of the fence. Right, so how many females do we definitely have? We've got 1 male over there. We've got 2 females here. That one there's a pretty decent size one. That one there is too small. And what else have we got? Do we have any more cows? I was seriously thought I had more than that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so I've got 2 males and 2 females. And we obviously want to be breeding the 2 larger ones together if we can. Which means we're not going to be getting any more milk today because these are all run dry. So that's okay. Let's head upstairs. I think I've got a fence over here. I'll see about getting some more milk soon enough. Really? Oh, almost fell down. Let's get upstairs and we will get our cheese going. before we call it an episode. So it's important that when you put milk into a barrel, actually, we've got to leave space. And we've actually got to let this sit. So I can't do this straight away after all. So let's toss this milk into here. This will give me the time I need to go and get the other 2 buckets worth now. And what I need to do is grab that glass and make up some glass bottles, because what we're going to do is, hopefully this is going to work, because if it doesn't I'm going to waste all of this. We're going to put 1 in there, and I think we have to switch that to out mode. Yep. Okay, so we have 1 rum, and we should now, hopefully, now we've got enough space to put a bucket of milk into here, we should now be able to reseal that, I hope, and that may not work. This may be all rum. So if we have a look at this one here, if I seal that one up again, it seals. Okay, so we can't take the rum out and then reseal it. We've actually got to seal them as they are. That's a little bit of a pain in the ass. So how do I want to do this? I do want the cheese more than I want the rum, and I've now got a barrel full of rum here. So yeah, let's seal up that one and that one. And let's come back down to this fella down here that we can't seal, and we'll pop those in there, and now we've got 3 bottles of rum. Now I do believe that the alcohol barrels will be fixed in the next version, so we will be able to get quite a collection of different types of boozes, and that's a good thing as far as I'm concerned. But anyway folks, I'm going to drink to you guys. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. I hope you liked this one. And until the next time, take care of each other, and ciao for now. See yous.